We agreed as a board that Jerry Brown presents the best chance to beat what will likely be a very wealthy Republican candidate in the fall, and that there couldn't be a more important time to have a Democratic governor in California. Jerry Brown does not have a campaign representative with us here this evening. So moving on, we have two other candidates. The first I'd like to introduce is Richard Aguirre.
It's been a long campaign so far for me. We've been at it for about 2 years. But our plan is definitely different. And if you're looking for an old guard, old way politics, you're right with sticking with Jerry Brown. He's your man. He is. He's a big business, big money, the way that got us here and things like that. But if you're a young Democrat and you want to see the future of California go in a different direction that we all know it should, our plan is definitely where to go. Immediately when I'm elected, we're going to build 3 solar panel factories in California and manufacture solar panels and install them on 10 million of the homes in California for free. You're going to get your power for free, and we're going to harvest the power off your house that's surplus every month. And with that right there at 10 million homes, we'll be producing $3 billion in profit a month off just power sales, besides the injection of the money saved that was going to Sempra. With the profits, immediately we'll move into desalination of ocean water, because it's such a critical issue in Southern California, the water supply. And people don't really even take into account the fact of earthquakes and things that could eliminate our water supply in one day. We need to move into water desalination immediately and take surplus water and start selling it to the adjacent states like Nevada and Arizona and start to really square up the economy of California with some serious investments by the people. It's either that, excuse me, or we stick to the same old model of praying that some corporation comes into our state and starts employing a few people and making it. But really, the amount of money people are going to save in power and water for their own house will be $300 to $400 a household, which will give the average household just the money they need to get above the subsistence level and start to invest into their own lives again, get back into their garages and start to invent the kind of things that were coming out of California in the 80s that were like Apple Computer, Microsoft, the great companies that have come out of here that aren't coming out of here anymore. And without the kind of investment going back into the hands of the people on a monthly basis, there's going to be no future in California, and we're going to watch the Democrats and the Republicans and these elite, I mean, to say that Meg Whitman is so elite and wealthy that it's going to take a guy like Jerry Brown to beat her, it's going to take ideas to win this race in California this time. People are fed up with the bickering of politics the way it is. And if we don't move forward with some great ideas right now as a society, we're not going to be here in 4 years to discuss this because everybody's going to be so broke that it's just going to be a horrible situation in California. So when you think about it, you think about the old guard and the way that life needs to move, think about your future of your children and their children and what we want to provide for them, like farming and things like that in California where we're not going. So take a good look at the other candidates, but when you really take a hard choice, look at your future and make sure you make a decision with our campaign. I mean, it's grown. Meg Whitman has spent $40 million, and she's got around 230,000 followers on Twitter. We've spent $14,000, and we have 220,000 followers on Twitter. So when you really take it, what it's going to take to win this state, it's not money. It's ideas and people like you who are going to have the guts to stand up against the committee that's here and recommend a real candidate like they did when Jerry Brown first ran, and he represented change of the old guard, and he wasn't an old man. So really think about that when you take your next few meetings, and think about re-endorsing a new candidate that actually is the future of your party and not the past of your party that got us here. Again, I'm Richard Aguirre. Thank you very much.
When I got this, I said, oh, is he here? I was excited. It's like, dude, it's like meeting a rock star.
Awesome.
I love it.
Thank you so much.
I love it.
My idea is when you hear them, they're new. They're fresh.
I like the speech.
Thank you very much.
I love it. No, and you are building an audience on the internet really quickly.
I know we are. And we're really going to take this into really being able to get out there and see what I am about instead of just reading it and seeing it.
I got cousins in Texas asking me about you.